Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse, aka BGFH, and I'm back for another PC Accessible Game Spotlight video. This time we're taking a look at a game that I was actually told about via an email just this morning, actually, and so I decided to check it out, had a little bit of time. We are taking a look at a game called The BloodRayne, and it is a 2D side-scrolling action game kind of similar to a few other games that I've played recently, like Scrolling Battles Pro and a couple other ones that I can't think of right off the top of my head. But it's kind of got that sort of, run around, kill, shoot dudes, punch dudes, that kind of a thing going on. So I will leave a link to where you can download the game in the description below the video, so you can check the site out there. It has the download link. You can play this, actually, by the way, on PC. I don't know about a Mac version. I think it's just PC right now. But it'll give the link, and it'll also, the website will have the download link, and it'll also have the instructions. And when you download the zip file, it also has a text file with a README file with the instructions. So before I start this game, I do want to give you a little bit of a disclaimer here. I actually did contact the person. I'm not sure if the guy who emailed me was the developer or not. But if it is, I wanted to give some feedback to him, which I already did. The one thing I will say about this game is it does not play well with your antivirus software. I have basically Microsoft Defender on Windows 10, and I also have Malwarebytes, the full version of Malwarebytes, kind of running in the background. I was able to get the game downloaded, although I had to tell Defender to basically allow it to do so. Got through that part, but then when I tried to run the game, even after I told Defender that it was safe, Malwarebytes would keep chipping in, and it would try to quarantine the item, which would remove the executable from the folder. So in order to run the game, I actually had to turn Malwarebytes off. And I said, basically, the feedback that I had given the guy was that, hey, the game, it's interesting, but your average user is not going to fight through a whole bunch of hoops just to get the game to run. So I don't know what has to happen on their end, or if they, maybe they have to contact some of the main antivirus software people. I don't know how you get a program whitelisted. That's actually something I don't actually know. But either way, like I said, everything, and even in the README, they're like, yeah, you might have to kind of disable, or you might have to fight with it a little bit to get the game to run if you have, any form of antivirus or anti-spyware software. So the game kind of is a pain in the ass to get to run. But when you do run, it just, boom, it starts right in. There's no title screen. You're just dropped into a random world, and you go. And then when you die, the game exits. So I don't know if this is like an early build, or if this is something that's going to be like, if it's sort of like a beta, or if they're going to add more to it later, like an actual main menu, or adding maybe like a title screen, maybe learn sound effects, that kind of a thing. So that, like I said, getting it to run, you can do it. It's just you have to have a little bit of patience, and you have to kind of work around whatever antivirus software that you are using. I lived on the edge, and I said, well, okay, we'll try it. Even though, like I said, everything was warning me, like, hey, this is potentially, they were calling it a Trojan, that kind of a thing. So hopefully we're good. Anyway, we are going to run the game. It's basically left, right will move, up will jump, space will shoot or use your fists, which is what you start with. W will open up your weapon inventory if you have any that you can select. And once you have a weapon, you can then either hit enter to equip it, or you can hit 1 through 4 or 1 through 5 in order to basically hot swap it to that thing. So if you want the pistol to be 1, the shotgun to be 2, whatever it is, or whatever weapons. You can check your health with H, ammo with A, pause the game with P, Shift O is options, and I don't know why some of them use shift. There's like shift O for options and shift, or was it control R or shift R for rockets, which that was another piece of feedback that I had given. I said, you know, if you're in a heat of battle, like, you probably just want to be able to hit one key to fire off rockets. Like, I'm not quite sure like what the deal is with that. And then you have your tab and shift tab for going through your inventory, because you can get, so far when I've played this, I've gotten basically health potions and a bomb sort of a deal. So presumably you're going to get a lot more different items, and you can basically select them with tab and shift tab and then enter to activate them. So enough babble. Let's try and kill some dudes.
The Blood Rain V1.0.
And I'm running NVDA. So here we go. We're in the blood. First time you run it, it's going to ask you, you're going to use your up and down arrow keys to choose a language. And of course I choose English. And here we go. So I'm going to run to the right. And actually I can also hit C for current location.
0,0.
So 0,0. We're starting, and we're just going to run to the right. The footsteps, honestly, are really, really fast. Oh god, okay, so I got hit. Where are you, buddy? Where the hell is he?
327 health. You're 327 health. Your sheep.
Okay, so he's coming. Where are you? Keep moving around. Bugger.
157 health. Your shield strength 0 units.
So I have health and I have shield, apparently. So like an armor sort of a thing. Let's go to the right.
157 health. Your shield strength 0 units. 16,0.
Kind of almost sounds like you have high heels on, which is sort of a weird kind of running. A really, really fast, high-heeled lady or something. Maybe that's what I'm playing. I don't know. Alright. I like the background, though. Like, I like the... Oh, jeez. Hi. Punch. Would you please die? Yeah, see, I don't have any health either.
H.
I have nothing. Oh, I died.
The Blood Rain
Okay.
window. Items view list.
And that's it. So I have not been able to get very far. We'll try a couple more rounds of this. But the other thing that I sort of am maybe having a little bit of trouble with is all you hear, really, you hear maybe a little bit of footsteps every now and again. But, like, I hear all of a sudden just boom, I hear gunfire. And presumably, if I do it quickly enough, maybe I can jump over the gunfire. I don't think there's a crouch. But, like, I want to hear like an enemy noise, like, you know, really clear footsteps, or I want to hear, you know, even like think about Doom, think about Wolfenstein, think about a lot of these games, but especially having to be an audio game, you want to know that something, like, you don't want to know that something's there only until you get shot at, you know, like, oh, boom, you hear the pistol shot there, and you get shot, and so, like, I want to know stereo panning left and right. I want to know how close an enemy is. So maybe you'll, you know, like I said, maybe you'll hear them walking. Maybe you'll hear them say something, or you'll hear, you know, because if I do find items, those have audio cues that say, oh, hey, there's a power up here. So you need something more steady, more constant while you are playing, so that you can also hear the enemies, and so that you're not just getting cheap shotted and hearing the gunfire and then, oh, I'm losing health. And it, you know, everything is random, so you don't know if you're going to get health or armor. You don't know if you're, like I said, I still have not gotten a weapon yet. So let's try this again.
The Blood Rain V1.0.
Here we go. There's something here, but I think it just definitely needs a bit more polish. And like I said, I'm not trying to be mean, but these are just some of the issues that I'm finding. Like I said, I've played a ton of games, mainstream, accessible, and these are just the things, like, I think about this stuff from a design perspective. So there's my jump. Now we're walking on some grass. We got some nice birds chirping. Pretty soon we're going to hear a dude, I'm sure. Okay, so far I just hear birds. There's water to my right. So we're going to cross a stream or something. So the sound effects are really good. That's fine. I'm waiting for someone to just ambush me here. And like I said, I have
Fists.
the tilde key will
Fists.
give me my fists, and then 1 through whatever, but I don't have
Your weapon
any.
list.
So weapons, and I just hit up and down, and there's nothing.
WW.
So I don't have anything. Okay, what is that? Oh, jeez. See, I can't tell what it is. Just get a shot. F you, buddy.
410 health. Your shield's 410 health. Your shield strength 0 units.
Okay. So I think I did actually dodge. Anything else?
You picked up a healing elixir.
Okay.
Healing elixir. You have one.
So I
One
hit
to one.
tab. I think I hear
You
somebody.
picked up.
Oh, okay. So that other noise. So I got another healing elixir. You hear the clink, clink. So enemies should do something like that too. Enemies should, enemies should have a clear indicator by more experience. Oh, that sounded meaty goodness.
310 health. Your shield strength 0 units.
Yes, I've already lost health. I really need a freaking gun is what I need. And R will reload, by the way, if you... Uh-oh. Kill it! Die! Fuck. Uh-oh.
8. Healing elixir.
Definitely gonna heal. Okay, I think...
105 health. Your shield. Your inventory is empty.
So I don't have...
You picked up.
Okay,
Shield. You have 1. 2 of 2.
okay. I really want a better gun. You need to get... You really need to get weapons here.
Your weapons list.
So nothing there.
W. 63 health. Your shield
63
strength 0
health.
units.
So I'm out of my shield already. Oh, I hear
Your weapons list.
What? So that sounded like I picked up a weapon,
W.
but 1, 2, 3, no.
Your weapons list. W.
Yeah, see, there's just not enough indication to know that there's an
The
enemy
blood rain
coming
window.
here.
Items
Like
new
I
list.
had,
The
I
blood rain
heard,
X5 of 6.
I heard a shot to the right, and then I think there was like another guy. I got far. That's actually the farthest I've gotten. And that one shot, like I did get off 1 or 2 shots. So, when I up and down arrowed when I hit W and then hit up and down, it didn't say like pistol or whatever. I think you can hit space to see. Let's do this again. I want to try one thing here.
The blood rain V1.0.
Okay, so we're in.
Your weapons list. Pistol.
Oh, I did.
Pistol.
Oh, I didn't know you started with a pistol. Okay, so let's see.
Weapon
That's
pistol set in slot 1.
Okay, so pistol saw. Okay, so I didn't know. Yeah, so there's little weird things that you don't realize.
Pistol. Pistol. Pistol.
Right. So all I've got is a pistol. So let's exit out of the world. Okay. So now, okay, hang on. Now we've.
Pistol.
All right. So we got our pistol. You don't have to fight with fists. So maybe this will go better. We're learning. Some of the stuff isn't explained quite maybe as well. Ah! There we go.
446 health.
Okay.
You have 5 ammo in the clip, and you have 1 more clips.
Okay. Okay.
You have 5 ammo in the clip, and you have 2 more clips.
Good. Okay. Now we might. It's hard to hear with the water. Uh-oh.
health. Your shield strength. You pick.
So
You have 11 ammo in the clip, and you have 1 more clips.
okay, so we don't have a lot of ammo. What do we got?
373 health.
Okay, 373 health. Oh, I heard. Alright, I'll grab that. Another clip. Ah! Die, would ya? Damn,
321 health. You have 0 ammo in the clip.
uh-oh.
Ah.
Cheebit! More. Alright, die, would ya? For crike's sake.
You have 3 ammo in the clip, and you have 3 more clips.
Okay, so I got ammo.
220.
I've got health. Oh, there's something. Uh-oh. God, they're everywhere. Oh man, I'm so dead. Yeah, I died there. So, and the bad thing is, like I said, once you die, like there's no
The blood rain window, items view
like
list. The
you
blood
can
rain
hit
dot
K
X5
for
or 6.
kills when you're playing, but if the game exits right as you die, there should be like a try or quit option when you, instead of just quitting the game. Because, you know, if I'm in the heat of battle and I've killed a few dudes, and like I said, I don't know, I've killed some enemies, like, after the game, I would like, you know, it doesn't even have to be a score, but just let me up and down arrow to hear how many kills I've had. You know, maybe some stats, how many kills, how many potions did I use, whatever, and then as you arrow down, you can get a retry, or you can do a quit. So, like I said, there is something here, but it definitely needs a little more polish. And like I said, for all I know, this is an early version. I don't know. But, I mean, I am having fun, especially now that I realized you do actually start with a pistol. Let's do one more try, and then we'll wrap it up. So, let's go.
The blood rain V1.0.
Alright, so we're going to hit
Your weapons
W,
list. Pistol.
and we're going to
Weapon
hit
pistol
that
set in
to
slot
1.
1.
And then we're going to hit number
Pistol.
1. Alright, let's get our pistol. This gun kind of sucks, though. I'm shooting a whole bunch of things at them, and they don't die quick. And for all I know, maybe it's got a limited range, too. Give me power-ups. And we got water. Oh, boy.
You have 5 ammo. You have 5 ammo in the clip, and you have 1 more. 500 health.
500.
You picked up Molotov cocktail.
Ooh.
Molotov cocktail.
Say, that could be fun. We'll have to try that. Oh god. Yeah, start him on fire. Oh hell yeah. Uh-oh.
You picked up.
I picked up something, but... Oh crap, I don't have any ammo. This is bad. Yeah, okay. Man! Well, I did start somebody on fire, though. That was
The blood
pretty
rain
fun.
window. Items view list. The blood rain dot X5
I
or
gotta
6.
give him credit. Like I said, the sound effects. Like I said, you pulp somebody. They got some pretty gnarly sound effects going. And the guy, the guy screaming and he's on fire. All right, one more time. Let's do this one more time. So
The blood rain
see if we can-
V1.0.
Okay.
Your weapons list.
You know, the drill, weapon,
Pistol.
pistol.
Weapon pistol set in slot 1. 1.
Okay, let's go. I don't want to start with my fist because, you know, any first-person shooter fan knows. I mean, I know it's a side-scroller, but guns are better than fists 90% of the time. Just for range. But yeah, it's hard to know exactly when to dodge. Like, I think there's sort of a subtle cue, like you hear the shot and then you have to sort of jump, but it's not clear to me the timing. Uh-oh. What? Oh, okay, hang on.
371 health.
Ow. 300 and...
You have 8 ammo in the clip, and you have 1 more.
I got 1 more clip.
$300.
There's a power up. What? I don't know what I
Shield,
grabbed.
you have 2, 1 to 1.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, let's use it.
371 health. Your shield strength 29 units.
Okay. Oh, there's another power up over here. Oh god.
Your weapons list. W.
Uh-oh.
R. E. Your weapons list. Pistol. Pistol. Pistol.
So I still just got a pistol.
You have
Uh-oh.
shield, you have 1.
Okay. Oh god. Oh, this is bad. Yeah. Oh no, I'm not dead yet. Now I am. Jesus. The sound. Yeah.
The Blood Rain
they
window.
definitely
Item
went
list.
all
The Blood
out on
Rain
the
dot
death
X506.
streams. They definitely went out on the over-the-top audio violence. But yeah, I mean, I hope that they do keep updating this, and I hope they kind of flesh out some of the rough edges, because it is fun. Like I said, I do like these, and I love the idea of kind of a, you know, like I said, we've done the Scrolling Battles Pro, we've done this one. There's 1 or 2 other ones that I can't remember the name of, but we've taken a look at that have sort of a similar type of deal. But yeah, this is... So like I said,
The Blood Rain dot.
the Blood Rain, I will leave a link to where you can grab this in the description below, and just keep in mind that you may, and unless they do an update that makes it a lot more friendly to getting it working, you're gonna probably have to fight with this one a little bit in order to get it to run with whatever antivirus software you have. So you have been warned about that, but it is fun. It's got some rough edges, but it is fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, mixer.com/BGFH, or illegally cited.com. And until next time, I will chat with you guys later.